The title card appears, Pick Me Up Chapter 1 Season 1 by Reaper Scans. A mercenary Mormont Carl asks if the man knows where they are. The man replies, I'm Lyle, I ran a workshop in Edora. Uslat is confused, Grit, I work at an antique store in Halcyon. I also don't know why we're here. The man is also confused, he doesn't know where he is either. Han Uslat, I'm a farmer. Someone observes the strange surroundings as others murmur, confused about their situation. Are we going to be experimented on? The bickering stops abruptly when a mysterious girl with wings appears. What are you all on about? The fairy, Usul, warns them to stay in line unless they want to get hurt. A space-time rift is about to open. Mormont asks who brought them here as the fairy demands why he wants to know. Mormont demands how Usul could kidnap them so shamelessly and he is going to make her spill it all out. Usul sighs, warning him to stop while he is ahead. Mormont retorts with how well she barks for a tiny thing. The man above grits his teeth and wonders why she has to be like this. Mormont declares he'll teach her some manners first. Mormont has died, his fighting spirit will be remembered, allegedly from suicide by stress. Someone asks, didn't I warn you to stop? The man screams that this wouldn't have happened if Mormont listened. Anyone who touches her will end up a corpse, she calls it self-defense. People are shocked at the sudden turn of events. Is he really dead? The game master starts forming the party. Lyle and others joined Party 1. Usul announces a space-time rift is opening as blue energy crackles around them all. Usul points to a bright, glowing portal, warning them to enter unless they want to die. Usul yells, wait, as the others begin to question the situation. Why are they being made to climb the tower? Someone asks if this is tower again, another asks what they're talking about. A screen displays Mormont Carl's stats. The man asks Han if that's his name, while someone else asks about this place. Usul wonders if he is the guy. The only thing she knows for sure is that they can die if they're slow. Someone questions start, and what battle means. A man claims he's never fought before, another yells about grabbing it first. A man shouts, this is mine, as they all grab weapons, a blue light pulsates. Energy crackles as a man shouts about what is happening. Usul demands they stop dilly-daddling. Another man wonders why someone is examining a shield. Should he have taken it? Someone wonders aloud what's going on as he curses under his breath, confused. Usul asks him if he knows what is going to happen. A man wonders if this is why they are 1 star before someone says to be quiet. Party 1 has been wiped. A man wonders how they wiped out already as another yells they're useless. Wipe out on floor 1. The screen shows 5 heroes joining Party 1. Then Usul calls out the remaining members to come out. Usul calls them damn idiots as someone complains of sudden pain. So noisy, shut it and get ready. The fairy Usul yells, good luck everyone. A man shouts that he has a stomach ache and wants to leave. A woman with red hair and a quiver on her back looks surprised by the events. The heroes enter a brightly lit, grand hall and wonder if this is a temple. There's something written here. A screen warns them that the door is opening and to get ready. Don't space out, it's starting. The light fades as they appear in a new area. A golden field awaits them. An old man and a red-haired woman hold bows, confused by their surroundings. The team wonders what's going on as they're confronted by goblins. We're on a battlefield. The man tells the group that they will die if they don't fight. Jenna is frightened, decreasing all of her stats. She wonders if his arthritis healed. Gale is weakened with his stats down by 30%. Party members are slamming into walls as they try to escape. Why can't I leave? Someone shouts that they need to poop. A man yells to remove this now. One calls them a real show. Han is surprised. The red-haired woman asks if they can leave if they defeat the goblins. A man asks if she knows how to shoot. She replies her father was a hunter. A man dismisses the others and calls them useless pieces of shit. Goblins hiss and attack. A man readies himself with a shield. He has never fought before. Goblins attack as a man with a shield prepares to fight, but he has a secret. My name is Han Uslat. A gigantic, ornate door looms before the heroes, a daunting entrance to the unknown. On Reaper Scans, read Pick Me Up Season 1, Chapter 2. Chapter 2 begins, the game Pick Me Up connects to the game servers. The goal, conquer the 100-level tower. Players will need tactics and base camps to win the game. The player wonders if the Advent Dungeon will open soon. Finally, a real event. Hero ranks are from 1 to 7 stars. The player sighs, never getting above 5 stars. He sees the new dungeon. This game is different. Once a character dies, they are gone forever. He decides to use a disposable party to scout the dungeon. Diora, now panicking, sees the screen flash, level 999 and you lose. Is this a bug? The player stares in disbelief as his party members are wiped out instantly. The player is frustrated. The scout team was wiped out too quickly to learn anything. Then a message appears, found you. A terrifying, shadowy creature grins. The player is confused by the sudden wipe. What, is it another pattern? The game wants a name and types WATVR. Is it trying to write whatever? He thinks. He panics as it accepts the name. The game welcomes WATVR to its world. It asks if he wants a tutorial. In a small village in Haim territory, a boy named Han Uslat stands amidst burning ruins. What? This is. A tutorial quest appears before him. Defeat the goblins invading the village. Han Uslat reads the message in disbelief, then realizes this is his reality. A monstrous goblin swings its blade. Han Uslat parries the attack with a sword. The game declares that the battle will begin automatically using the hero's AI. Han Uslat screams, the feeling of killing something sits wrong with him. Bloody and confused, Han Uslat asks, just what's going on, is this the game? Han Uslat is teleported to what looks like the game, Pick Me Up. The game suggests he tries summoning an ally before continuing forward. The game delivers 500 gems for a premium summon. The system declares that Master WATVR has acquired a hero, Shay. He wonders if he should summon her. Shay Radastory introduces herself as a knight. Han Uslat corrects her, stating his name is Han Seojin. The game suggests they make a party. Han and Shay are now a party. Shay easily defeats the goblins and levels up. The game notifies him of his rewards. Time for the final tutorial. Han Uslat exclaims, I'm fucked. A voice shouts, hey you, aren't you going to get moving? Master is waiting. Han Uslat is confused. Usul the fairy knows him. She states that she played Pick Me Up a lot. Shay questions why Han Seojin doesn't look like his in-game picture. He yells to send him back home. Han Uslat screams, wondering how this happened. Usul insists he goes, but he refuses. Han Seojin is forced to go in. Shay notes how noisy he is. The game states synthesis is starting. Han Seojin is furious. Damn it, it started. Synthesis, combining two heroes to make them stronger, is beginning. The game explains hero synthesis. Sacrifice one hero to strengthen another. The game says one hero will be destroyed. Han Uslat despairs, is this how I'm going to die? The game asks who would synthesize a 4-star into a 1-star. Synthesis completes. Han asks, huh? The game says, so this is the end, as Shay disappears into light. Shay fades into light as a voice says, I'll leave it to you, Han. Han Seojin is horrified and confused. I don't even know anymore. A scream pierces the air. The game announces Grit's passing, eternally remembering his fighting spirit. The goblins attack. Han Seojin survived the goblin attack. The game says to synthesize heroes by dragging and dropping. Han Seojin laments Shay's death due to his mistake, typical of a rigged game. He wonders about the other two. As a goblin attacks, Han thinks, I don't know how I got summoned into Pick Me Up. In the game, someone yells, you damned bastard. The level 999 bug monster laughs ominously. Black energy explodes around Han Uslat. It's that bastard, I'm sure. A creature with glowing eyes is shown with the text, the wrong guy. Grit lies defeated. Shay notices Han's arm is hurt. He responds, I'll be fine when we return. Battles are mostly automatic in this game, but over 100 million players play. Han Seojin smiles, covered in blood. He asks, is it fun? Perhaps he is starting to enjoy this. A player named Loki says, even if you call it a shitty game, don't give up. As the stage clears, Jenna levels up. Han Uslat gets MVP and some rewards. The game shows the heroes that died in battle, including Grit. Now Han and Jenna remain. Support the scanlators at Reaper Scans. Calm to read, Pick Me Up Season 1, Chapter 3. He acknowledges his situation and accepts it. It's time to get serious and stop whining like a baby. Realizing his potential to grow is incredibly low, he states, I have to get stronger. He clenches his fist. Surviving, getting revenge, returning all need strength. He doesn't know what's next, but he has to adapt or die. If he can't accept it, he'll be devoured. He declares he needs more than physical strength, needing mental fortitude to survive and conquer his nervousness. Flashbacks of his youth and survival. He lies on the ground as Jenna stands over him, questioning why he's training to kill monsters. She waited all night. Jenna questions if they can leave. She explains her archery skills are from her father. She vows not to be a hindrance. He observes Jenna's stats, noting her archery despite being a 1-star. He sees her strength and determination. She's a gem, he thinks aloud. Jenna grabs his hand and asks if her father was a good man. Please take care of me. Lyle finds the system messages worrisome, calling out for Ussel's assistance. The cloaked figure tells Lyle he shows up fast. She states, climb the tower for answers. Ussel is flustered that Lyle can see her level. I shouldn't say that. Lyle realizes he's the only one seeing system messages and master's requests. Lyle asks Ussel what to do if the master quits the game. Ussel worries they might. Lyle realizes Pick Me Up is linked to the phone. It's been a week since starting the game. Does time flow differently here? The fairy's power slams Lyle. He yells about being 1-star trash and tries to fight back. The cloaked figure asks what they're talking about. Lyle responds, we have to raid a 100-floor tower. Lyle and Jenna learn their lives depend on the master's choices. They trained all day. Food and supplies magically appeared the next day in the drawers and closets. Guns, however, don't just materialize. He remembers how the game Pick Me Up works now. The master only wants mentally strong heroes. Low-rank heroes have hidden talents the master needs to unlock. Lyle continues his intense training, pushing himself to his limits after 3 days. That's what I'm working on right now. Uslat states he received 2 skills from his training. Jenna asks, already? She's surprised it's only been 3 days. Master WATVR begins summoning heroes, anticipating who will appear to join the party. The system declares Master WATVR has acquired hero Yelsons. A hero asks where they are, realizing a fight is coming. A space-time rift opens with new heroes joining Party 1, Aaron, Toby, and Yelsons. Lyle warns them to equip weapons, but they're already out of them. He calls for the new heroes to join. The new heroes are in denial, pleading to return home. Are they going to die? Jenna asks Lyle. The fairy's power knocks the new heroes down. Yelsons apologizes and someone groans. A fairy appears with the message, have fun. A tower sits behind it, ready for a raid. The system displays floor 2, wipe out all enemies. Lyle cries out, where is this? He asks if Jenna is ready. As Jenna cautiously peeks around Lyle, they are greeted by menacing plains, wolves, and goblins. The system states all the new heroes are frightened. Their stats have decreased by 30%. They all question what's coming. Jenna yells at Lyle for scaring her, telling him to deal with the goblins. He says he'll handle the wolves. Jenna is no longer frightened. The new heroes aren't helping much. A pack of plains wolves charge toward the group. They're coming. A plains wolf leaps towards Lyle, jaws wide open. Lyle screams, ready to face the oncoming danger. Lyle strikes the plains wolf with the shield. He questions, is it still alive? Lyle deflects the plains wolf, questioning if the weapon is the problem. He strikes down another one. Still, that's one. The title card reads Pick Me Up, Chapter 4, Season 1. The hero wonders why the enemy isn't dead yet. He questions if his weapon is to blame. Anyway, that's one down for now. With a mighty swing, the hero cleaves through the air. The title flashes, Pick Me Up, Chapter 4. The hero swiftly slices through the air, blood splattering. He then turns his gaze, ready to face a menacing wolf-like creature with glowing yellow eyes. Straining against an opponent's shield, the hero grits his teeth in pain. The wolf creature leaps to attack. Suddenly, the hero's eyes glow with power. With a final slash, the hero defeats his foe, splattering blood everywhere. Sweat and blood mix on the hero's face as he glares. And the goblins, he yells as more foes approach. The goblin lies dead, pierced by countless arrows. Is this the end? The hero observes the goblin riddled with arrows. You've turned it into a real pincushion. He asks, how many arrows did you shoot into it? They cleared the second floor. Han and Jenna leveled up. Han got MVP. A screen displays ascending to the third floor. Suddenly they are being teleported. They ask what's happening. The hero wonders aloud where they are being sent now. Now then, what'll it be? A tired Usul yawns, I'm all tuckered out. The hero replies, we're the ones who were at it, why are asterisk you tired? Han looks at his status screen. He thinks to himself about his stats. Down below someone yells. A man yells, where the hell is this place and what were those monsters? A mysterious man states, 1 stars are just regular people. He says, I think I know now why 1 stars are called trash. A voice muses that more combat-focused heroes are summoned at higher star levels. Jenna yells, geez, they're impossible, can't you help out a little, Han? Han replies, why bother with useless trash like them? A man says, you'll see. A voice says that they won't die in battle, they'll just disappear. He then says, forget those guys. Han ignores the man's outburst. He mutters to himself, keep it to yourself, it's annoying. Han lands a punch, causing a foe to exclaim. Another enemy begs for mercy, but Han is unrelenting. Han smirks, looking at the 1 stars. Jenna smiles beside him, saying, hey. The training continues the next day. After basic exercises, they begin weapons training in a new location. A notification appears as Han's shield proficiency increases. The other trainees try to escape. Han continues to train. The others barely manage to dodge his swings. Another trainee screams in pain. Han pulls the arrow from the girl's arm, wincing. I told you not to worry about it. A voice warns Han that the rules here are different. Han receives the pain-resistant skill and continues training. As Han continues to train, he thinks, I won't stop, pain is good. The heroes are teleported to a new area as a voice says to gather in the square. You asking for a beating. Jenna wonders how Han adapts faster than her. Han responds, I'm kinda made of tough stuff. In comparison. A woman screams, enraged. I'll have you writing apology letters, she yells. Someone responds, get over here. A foe begs for mercy. Another enemy declares, you're all dead today. A voice booms, demanding they hurry up. The men below nervously respond, why yes, ma'am. The team's objective on floor 3 is clear, subjugation. Eliminate all enemies. Han cleaves through enemies, splattering blood everywhere. Let's go, he shouts. As I said, the 3rd floor was no big deal. The team receives rewards, gold, iron ore, and leather. Jenna wonders if she's getting the hang of it. Han says it was boring. A screen appears asking if they want to challenge floor 1 again. It's not over yet, is it? The team has arrived on floor 1. The objective is clear, eliminate all enemies. The enemies appear to be the same. The system declares stage clear, MVP Jenna. Jenna giggles, satisfied with her efforts. Han thinks the master won't let them rest if they clear everything so easily. Stage clear, Han gets MVP again. Han asks if the master will send them again since he's getting tired. Frustration mounts, it's driving me nuts, how long must we help these people? Jenna questions the state of the other recruits. Han doubts that the master can keep dead weight around. A screen reads, Master, starting synthesis. Below, the 1 stars wonder what the ominous place is for. The system says to sacrifice a hero to synthesize another. The sacrificed hero will cease to exist. A voice says farewell. The heroes have been teleported to a new base, with various training areas and facilities. The title of the manhwa is Pick Me Up, and this is Chapter 5. The team is now at the entrance to Floor 2, getting ready to enter. He reflects on how many chances have been given, and how the master should be paying attention. Han and Jenna have been added to the master's favorites. Jenna and Yelsons are told to go to the synthesizing room. The hero looks determined as a man behind him appears very worried and afraid. He thinks he'll be judged for what he has done. The man shouts he's done nothing wrong and that he was just dragged here. The hero asks him what he wants to do. The master says he is already bored and tells them to go inside. A synthesis screen pops up. Someone yells that it isn't fair. He screams as the synthesis process begins. It looks like he is the sacrifice. Jenna levels up, gaining Hawkeye. She wonders what just happened to the sacrificed man. Someone mutters it is his turn. The master asks which one will be next. He then declares that Han and Toby are next to be synthesized. Toby is scared as Han is right behind him and the master laughs manically. The synthesis is about to happen. The man screams, hoping he is going home. The hero nonchalantly tells him to think that way. Another scream. Toby is turned into light and disappears after the synthesis. Han levels up, gaining composure. You were lucky. The hero tells her she'll disappear if Master thinks she is useless. He asks why she is sad. Jenna looks pale and worried, sweat dripping down her face. What will happen? The hero tells her that the higher they go, the harder it will be to survive. Jenna looks determined but also scared as she realizes she must get stronger. Down below shows the second day. Jenna, terrified, begs someone to take care of her. The hero calmly asks if something happened. Jenna says that to get close to the strong, she'll get closer to them. The hero thinks this is unbelievable, while telling Jenna not to worry if she's diligent. Jenna begs for them to take care of her. The man apologizes, saying he was the one who was stupid and caused trouble. A random man begs for help and says he'll do anything, but he's never fought a monster before. The hero has a weapon in hand, and the master tells him he's good at it. The resolve to survive is important. The man with the spear asks if he's supposed to be teaching him. The hero retorts that he's self-taught to go away. The hero says to be thankful they have someone to fight. The man is now in an arena screaming. The hero blocks the spear with his bare hand. He yells to the spearman, "You're closing your eyes during battle." The hero asks if he has a family. He says his little sister waits for him. The man says it'd be more painful to die to a monster. He is told to give up if he can't go on. The hero smirks, observing the spearman's improvement. The spark in your eyes looks better than it was before. The hero unlocks free roam. A screen states that the forge and armory annex is now open for 500 gems. The hero calls for Usul, who appears and angrily shouts back. He is bored with her usual reaction. The fairy says the tips are being used as a base after summoning equipment 10 times. The hero leans against the wall and replies, "Of course, I'm a pick-me-up user too." Usul taunts the hero, saying he probably stayed on the lower stages. She says that Loki is the master of masters. The hero explains that you don't even know you are one. He announces Mr. Loki is. The hero smirks with glowing blue eyes and announces, "I am Loki." The title card displays Pick Me Up Chapter 6, Season 1 with a looming figure. Loki asks why they like him. The girl responds by saying he makes the impossible possible. Loki is smug. The title card declares, "I'm Loki," with the hero's piercing blue eyes. Loki is confused, and then the fairy provides an account number. She wants money. Loki retorts, suggesting she check online for proof. He offers up his account. Loki is shocked to be found out. The fairy tells him to do it. The fairy excitedly shouts she'll be a VIP with Loki's autograph. Loki wonders what Ragna Loki is. The fairy is part of a fan cafe. He's surprised. Loki questions if he has been saying cheeky things to her. The fairy doesn't care. She is a 1-star. Niflheim is in trouble without her. Loki is pensive, thinking to himself, "I wonder." The fairy looks down on him. It's called Niflheim, his account waiting room, 13 floors for waiting. It holds 20,000 people. Loki asks what will happen to his 20,000 troops, worried. She responds asking him to send her back if worried. He cannot. The fairy confirms Master WATEVR is a human from Earth, not AI. He doesn't even know they are alive. Loki asks if he can return to Earth if he climbs the 100th floor of the tower. Loki says that it's fine, he will find out when he climbs the tower. Loki stares into a sea of world bubbles. Do 100 million of these worlds exist? He wonders aloud. Loki realizes the game system lied about heroes being mixed from patterns. Loki realizes his decisions have consequences. He looks at the synthesis option on his screen. "Yeah," he exclaims. Jenna is proclaimed a genius as she effortlessly wields daggers. It is an unreal growth rate. Eren fights. A voice says he's sluggish and will die at this rate. Jenna says Eren isn't all that, telling Loki to follow. Jenna confronts the new fairy subordinate, declaring herself hands number one. She demands the fairy get lost. Loki wonders if revealing himself was a mistake. Jenna is curious about the fairy, but Loki waves it off. Loki instructs the pair to hold on. Where are they going next? Han took materials from the warehouse, iron, leather, and wooden planks. Loki tells Usul to open the forge this time. He is asked what he is doing. He says his old sword can't last forever. The fairy subordinate questions, Loki, what are you making, Levitain or Brionac? Loki scoffs, in a place like this. The system says synthesis success is atrocious. He chooses to do it manually. Loki says to just watch. The game informs them it's a mini-game that masters play. A message appears, time limit 3 minutes. Loki says he can't even recognize the shape. Loki says no problem as he begins the mini-game. The start prompt appears. The fairy cheers him on excitedly. Loki uses the legendary Thousand Hands technique. Han creates a C-rank longsword. The newly crafted sword has a C rank. Loki's skills made it strong. Chapter 7 of Pick Me Up begins, available on Reaper Scans, com to support the authors. Loki successfully crafts more equipment. A balanced shortbow, a sharp longspear, and a solid steel shield are created. Loki says the materials aren't good enough. The fairy demands he make more. Suddenly the scene shifts to outside. The heroes are leaving the workshop. On floor 4 the quest begins, wipe out all the enemies. The boss commands Eren to protect Jenna and someone to take care of the harpy. The harpy screeches in pain as the spear explodes with energy. The hero screams as the energy knocks him back. Eren's stats are reduced by 30% due to fear. That punk is too excited, he shouts. Jenna grabs Eren and yells, get your act together. You'll die if you fail. The hero looks at his hand. It is covered in small bits of monster blood. Jenna shouts at Eren to stop freaking out. He replies, I will try, the monster's close in. The hero groans in pain, covered in blood. I wasn't able to muster much of a performance anyway, he says. Jenna remarks that it looks like Eren will live now that he is a favorite. Eren is in disbelief. Someone remarks that Underling 2 has grown up. Eren is confused by the comment. The cloaked figure walks away, muttering Underlings, huh. It cuts to Cirrus of Niflheim of Party 1. The master looks over his maxed out heroes. Cirrus will be fine on his own, Uamit too just in case. The master reflects on the heroes' intellect, realizing they aren't artificial intelligence after all. The heroes stand at the tower's base. Uanit asks Cirrus if he really plans on leaving. Uanit stresses the importance of every second. The knight says they will entrust someone with the master's whereabouts. The residence is now level 2, increasing hero capacity. The cafeteria is complete, offering high-quality meals. Training effectiveness increased. The forge, woodshop, and refinement facility combine to create the equipment workshop. The town square has advanced to level 2. A circle platform stands out in the middle of a digitally rendered forest. The heroes are shocked by the change. Jenna exclaims, oh my word, someone thinks the master splurged a bit. The master thinks that the heroes' reactions prove that they are real people. The fairy thinks having a paying master is better than some penniless student. The master smiles, knowing he bought the new package. Loki starts summoning 10 heroes at once. Which heroes will appear now? The heroes decide to greet the newly summoned heroes now that they've seen the house. There are 2 summoning methods. The master used premium summoning. A man asks where he is. The master asks if anyone knows what's happening. He can't tell if it's real or a dream. Usul demands to know if any of the new heroes are carpenters, blacksmiths, or cooks. One of the heroes questions this situation. Someone shouts, shut up. Another wonders what is happening. The fairy is divvying up jobs with all the new facilities. The system announces the waiting room's transformation. The Niflheim structure begins to change. It's Chapter 8 of Season 1 of Pick Me Up. Time to read on ReaperScans.com. Usul is yelling at everyone to focus and asking if there are any carpenters. Someone asks what she is doing. She says they're divvying up jobs and there are new facilities. If they died, they'd be non-combatants. The master is forming parties and getting rid of the weaker heroes. They're being sent into a dungeon to be weeded out. The system notifies them that John has returned to the embrace of the goddess. Someone says one of them died. The system alerts the group that Teddy is dead. The master continues to call for more cannon fodder. A hero says that no way. Aaron says he'll fight too. Another says it's not his turn. Someone questions Aaron's behavior. A system message states that sometimes a hero demonstrates more power in combat. Helping is fine, but don't set a precedent. I understand, he responds. Ussel screams about being stuck on a potato diet because of the master. Someone nearby admits he can't read her mood. A voice says he's watching us like a god. He says not to worry, the master doesn't have time to listen to everyone. He can't hear their voices anyway. They celebrate no one died. Aaron says he killed one goblin. He's told he understood the assignment. They head back to the residence. Someone asks if they're finally free of potatoes. The heroes celebrate the new cafeteria, hoping for better food. One hero exclaims about getting lamb steaks. Someone exclaims about wanting turkey, despite the master's threat. Disappointed, Ussel complains about only having potatoes with seasonings. Loki scoffs at Dolph, a level 1 novice claiming to be a chef. He doesn't even have a culinary skill. Someone wonders if anyone has cooking skills. The master approaches Chloe, now assigned as the new chef. Chloe looks scared as someone says it's the only time they'll let her mistake slide. She offers to remake the meal. The master is staring at the trembling chef. He must be really disappointed. Someone tasting the food exclaims that the potatoes have a variety of flavors. Chloe is standing next to her, looking relieved. The master says he used a variety of seasoning on the potatoes. Listen, he commands as he eats. The heroes are skeptical about the master's words. Someone says he's also never fought until now. He suggests they all work together. Someone asks if they will have different jobs. The master assigns Enoch as carpenter, Chloe as chef. John is unhappy with this. The master tells the heroes that non-combatants have a higher chance of survival. Do not get too comfortable. They received level 1 swordsmanship because they are similar in age and banded together closely. You'll learn soon enough. Ussel observes the growing population and believes it'll continue to increase. She wonders why the master isn't heading to the 5th floor yet. The master states that floor 5 is on a whole new level. The remaining members of Party 1 haven't been decided yet. The master muses that even he might not survive the tower's challenges. This chapter was brought to you by ReaperScans.com. They're recruiting translators and proofreaders. The heroes continue to climb. Read more on Reaper Scans and support them. The party enters floor 4. The quest is to eliminate all enemies. The heroes prepare for a fight. I'll be in your care, says one. The heroes scream as the monster attacks. The weak have their own way of fighting. It slams into the hero's shield. The hero slices through the monster. The formation is broken by the attack. The monster roars, yelling about strength in numbers. It strikes down at the heroes with all its might. Loki didn't join the battle but let them practice. Zeo Hansen level up. The two fist bump, stealing themselves for floor 5. There will be some I won't be able to handle. With the fight over, the pair prepares to head to floor 5. Yeah. Master has been logging in more and more. He obtained a blacksmith and activated the workshop. The heroes have all been properly equipped. Time to head to floor 5. Heroes that didn't perform well or didn't show up got synthesized. Among them was Dolph, who lied about his class. Ussel confirms that today is floor 5. They're warned not to relax too much or they will die. The team is transported to floor 5 by a blinding light. They will face the unknown. Floor 5 is a destroyed town. The heroes are surrounded by a strange blue light. The hero party finds no monsters. The team leader declares they will check the center of town. A hero screams in terror. A boss is here. A skeleton rests nearby. The group notices that the town has buildings but no people. Those were only warm-ups. Following the command of their leader, the hero party will head toward the tower. The hero replies that they can see the city. The hero is shaken by the sight of the destroyed town. One hero hopes they're seeing the tower incorrectly. Another asks Jenna what is happening. A hero shouts that there are a bunch of goblins outside of the city. They're coming here, how many? The hero party sees a lone character on the tower. He yells, "Thousands of goblins. Are you sure you're not seeing it wrong?" The leader states this isn't subjugation. They just need to survive a set time. A hero suggests hiding, but they can't enter buildings. One asks how long to survive. The hero is worried and states, "Such terrible luck. They have 30 minutes." A character yells in excitement, while the team leader states the floor is a hero grinder. The leader states they should hold their position. Someone replies saying they will do their best. The leader plans the defense. They will split up, protecting each entrance from the goblins. One of the heroes cries out. They realize they have to survive for 30 minutes. Time flows normally here. Goblins come charging in. The character demands that they make a wall of corpses. The hero party yells out to each other, acknowledging the horde. One of the goblins explodes in a burst of blood. The goblins flood forward with frightening eyes and sharp teeth. Can they be stopped? The new chapter is here. It's time for Loki and his party to ascend. The scene shifts, revealing a terrifying monster with glowing red eyes and sharp teeth. The monster lunges with savage hunger, teeth bared and eyes glowing menacingly. Loki screams, caught off guard by the sudden assault. Zid yells for a switch, but Hansen refuses, struggling to continue fighting. Loki curses his low stamina. The hero swiftly cuts down the monster. His stamina is a problem for him. Despite cutting the monster down, the hero is soon swarmed. Too many, don't these guys feel any fear? The monsters are relentless and Zid shouts for a switch again. Hansen, shouts Zid, desperate for a break. Hansen reluctantly agrees. Hansen, sweating, yells for Jenna to gather her arrows after she shoots them. Jenna yells as she prepares for her moment. As a goblin lunges forward, it's immediately taken out by an arrow. Hansen yells about the boss appearing, upset that he has to keep fighting. Zid shouts that it's only been 5 minutes. The boss continues its onslaught. Jenna shouts, annoyed that they keep coming. She readies to fire another arrow. Zid screams in pain as his health rapidly drains. Zid, switch with Hansen, someone shouts, hold on. Zio hesitates, but he is overwhelmed by fear. A status screen shows his stats are decreased by 30%. The goblin boss yells, you little, as it hits Zid in the face. He is mocked as a crybaby. Zid is yelled at to get a hold of himself. Zid apologizes, covered in blood. Jenna demands they stop Zid's bleeding. Others warn Zid that Hansen will die if he doesn't switch with him. The goblins are attacking him. He yells at them to go back as he swings his sword. The horde of goblins swarms overhead. Zid shouts out in pain, claiming his sword isn't working. He then desperately agrees to switch with Hansen. Someone tells Hansen to check his sword. Hansen is not surprised the sword broke again. Even with a broken sword, he can still hit goblins. As Hansen continues to attack, he yells to use a shield if Zid's sword isn't working. Jenna is told to switch with Aaron. Jenna urges her team to rest when they can. Hansen screams, realizing the battle has been going on for so long. Aaron switches with Jenna but is already exhausted. He says that 10 seconds of rest is enough. Loki seems to notice something from behind when Jenna realizes she's running low on arrows. With a grim determination, she decides to use them all up. Jenna yells, all right, as she swings her sword down on the goblins. The goblins are in the line of fire. The monster's red eyes glow as it charges forward. Hansen, switch, he yells out, desperate. Hansen is scratched as he yells for someone to switch. He continues to struggle, knowing they're all tired. Jenna looks shocked but still swings her sword, cutting down the goblins with a single blow. Someone yells out Zid's name. Zid has fallen into a moribund state. Chapter 11 of Season 1 of Pick Me Up has just been released by Reaper Scans. The monster attacks with immense force. The hero is shocked by the monster's speed. Zio's status says that he is in critical condition. Zio is down. Hans sees Zio's status and screams, damn it, as he attacks the monster. The red-haired hero wonders what to do. Should she pull the weapon out? Zio yells, tag in for a second. The monster attacks relentlessly. Zio gets sent flying backward with a QE. Hansen grits his teeth, blood and sweat dripping down his face. Zio cries out for help, desperately yelling for the boss to save him. Jenna and Aaron are told to move. The hero shouts Zid and Hansen, if you're going to mourn, do it after surviving. Hansen has died, a teammate cries, are we going to die here? The hero sees them and yells, Jenna, climb the wall behind us. The horrifying monster's glowing eyes pierce through them. It roars, don't use stab. The hero screams, we can't afford to kill only one per attack, as he rushes towards the monster. The hero yells, I'm up, hurry, for the others to come. Another voice cries, Aaron, you get up as well. He struggles to his feet. The red-haired hero tells him to grab her hand. He says okay and grabs her hand with force. The monster roars quack as it brutally attacks the heroes. A voice yells for Jenna to hold him. The hero yells that he's cutting the monster's leg. His eyes glow with a bright and intense energy. The monster slashes wildly at the hero. He cries out in pain as the monster hits him. The hero shouts, pull him up. Aaron is in critical condition. The monsters are stepping on each other to get up. The monster wonders what smart means. The red-haired hero tells Aaron to stab with his spear. The hero screams that if they lose, they have nowhere to run. Aaron dropped his spear in fear. A hero wonders how much longer they have. Another says they can't hold on. The hero shouts that there are only 30 seconds left and to trust him just a bit longer. The timer reads 32 seconds. The hero is getting brutally attacked as the monster slashes at him. He coughs blood, saying, Cug. The hero, injured and battered, stumbles backwards as the monster closes in on him. The hero gets stabbed multiple times. He grits his teeth and says, you bastards. He cries out in pain. The hero screams in pain as the monster continues its relentless assault on him. Pick Me Up Chapter 12 starts now. The heroes need all the support they can get. The hero is severely injured and bleeding. He is surrounded by shadows. The hero, overwhelmed and injured, grits his teeth. Cuke, he shouts as he is attacked by goblins. You bastards. As the goblin onslaught continues, Loki is struck by the monster's a visible quack, sound effect punctuating the attack. He screams, overwhelmed by the relentless assault. Jenna is bleeding and will lose health at regular intervals. The shadows say it's over. Loki, surrounded and overwhelmed, screams defiance at the unseen enemy. A giant eye watches from above, judging. Loki, battered but not broken, shouts this isn't over. As he struggles to stand, he thinks, we're only on the 5th floor. Despite his injuries, Loki strikes at the goblins with a fierce red blade. He's determined to win this fight. Loki spits blood and snarls, that I'll die at a place like this. Amidst the chaos, a notification appears. Skill awakening, Han's berserk skill has been learned. He struggles, even breathing is hard. The hero shouts, covered in blood, do you want to kill me? He defiantly yells, bring it on, I will not fall. Han's berserk skill takes over. A red aura surrounds Han as he begins to attack. Han's relentless assault shatters the goblin's blade. The monster lunges at the berserk hero. Even if the blade breaks, the goblins descend on Han. His red aura flickers, but he presses on. Can he keep fighting? Han screams, consumed by the red aura of berserk, and lunging at the goblins. The timer shows there are 0 seconds remaining. Han is fully consumed by berserk. Han is in a berserker rage. The Goblin King appears as if it was taunting them. Can they defeat it? Jenna rushes forward, ready to fight alongside Han. She is determined to protect her teammate. Han stumbles back, heavily wounded, spitting blood as he gasps for air. He is pushing his limits. Jenna is surprised and looks behind her. She notices Aaron on the ground. Han is still screaming from using berserk and Loki is still unconscious. Jenna is about to say something, perhaps figuring something out. Jenna is crying, but she starts laughing. Ha ha. She looks defeated, but Han is still fighting. Han, exhausted, asks for help. Can you give me a hand? I have no strength. Jenna grabs it, asking if they survived. Yeah. The hero realizes they actually cleared the floor. They shouldn't have had to fight so miserably. The cloaked figure explains if they were stronger, things would have been different. Jenna sadly replies, I know that. Dolph approaches Loki, Jenna, and Aaron to tell them good work, boss. A figure announces prepared some delicious food. Are Zid and Hansen in there? They died. Dolph asks pardon. The bloody figure answers they're dead. Dolph's face shows horror and shock. Suddenly a system message appears. Master is calling. Anyone who's called, come out. Chapter 13 of Pick Me Up begins. Read it on Reaper Scans. Han is injured. He's resting near a lit doorway in a stone room. Han reflects on his two new skills, composure and berserk, and believes it's due to his dual nature. He's unsure of its implications. Han lies injured and thinks to himself, starting tomorrow, things will get busy. Chapter 13 begins with a shot of what appear to be training dummies. We see a woman swinging swords rapidly at something. She tells someone they're late. A figure says, "I don't want to die." Then the narration says she gained skills in combat. Not only does she have talent and put in effort, but Eren can't gain a single skill. His growth is limited to 5. Han's close to level 10, the max for a 1-star. He plans to advance to a 2-star, but Han is doing handstands as the woman tries to touch his abs, saying it looks tasty. The red-haired woman says Eren isn't coming, shocked at how shamelessly she can act. Someone mentions he's sulking because of the trio. Some heroes were passionate like Dika, others half-hearted, afraid of synthesis. They only train hard when the master is watching. The black-haired man thinks they could have used Zid and Hansen more. He apologizes for being late. A man asks, "Are you a sinner? What's with your expression?" He thinks if he was stronger, those two. He reflects that it's been a month since arriving, about 10 Earth days. Based on observations, he could understand Master WATEVR's log in patterns. Someone shouts, "Everyone, be just like our excellent Han," complimenting Loki for using trash to win the 5th floor. Someone says it's a trade secret, they won't let anyone get away with slacking. Han tells her to let them be. The system states the 5 here will go into the space-time rift. The red-haired woman is confused. Those people and us too. The system announces the opening of a daily dungeon that changes every day. This one is the Kenout Forest. The man asks if they will be fighting together. Han asks for his name. "I am Owen," he replies, worried about his strength. Han says, "Don't worry." A portal opens and a system message announces, "Party Y has entered Kenout Forest." The party enters the Kenout Forest through a portal. The system gives helpful tips. The red-haired woman asks where the enemies are. Are they doing something special like Floor 5? Han replies, "It's funny, why?" The system says the area is a daily dungeon to collect materials. Owen asks what the weird item is. Han calls it a trash can. A voice says to throw the collected materials in a pile. Han collects a tree branch and hears it'll be used for items. The heroes are surprised by how easy it seems. Han says, "You're different, let's go hunt." He walks into the forest. A voice exclaims, "Can we finally eat meat now?" The system announces, "Prey found." Jenna shouts, "Meat, wait for me," but a monster buck appears ready for a fight. Jenna says tasty with a grin while holding a knife, asking if someone can butcher it. She scoffs. After draining the prey's blood, they peel the leather and remove the organs. Jenna asks where Han is going. He says he is hunting and tired of eating potatoes. The panel showcases a beautiful, ethereal landscape with lush foliage and a waterfall. The system shows 32 minutes left. "About 30 minutes left," Han says as he announces, "Found it." Han stumbles upon Queen of the Forest, a rare monster only found in daily forest dungeons. Its stones are used for advancement. The system says the queen doesn't always spawn, but the area is simple. The queen appears. Suddenly, a dark monster bursts from the trees, attacking Han. The forest queen must be nearby. The dark monster attacks Han from the side as the queen's stones glow. The forest queen then declares, "All your boyfriends are dead, how bad do you feel?" The dark monster's sinister smile appears. He taunts Han, saying, "Come at me." The screen shows a listing of daily dungeons, which rotate from Monday to Sunday. Mines of Esralta shows for Monday and Tuesday. Kenout Forest appears for Wednesday and Thursday. Chapter 14 of Pick Me Up. Read it on Reaper Scans, to support the creators. The masked monster sneers unfazed. Han, covered in blood, grins back, challenging the beast to come at him. In the eerie forest, a hero shouts, "It's a monster." A chilling aura descends as the monster's red eyes pierce through the darkness. The man looks on, his face etched with disbelief, uttering a quiet enno. The man confidently asks, "Are you Mr. Han? Can't you recognize me?" Below, a monstrous dog lies dead. She wonders aloud, how can a deer be this big? Wearily, she says she is tired and needs help. They have the deer head. Jenna says it's weird to bring the head, it's not tasty. Han can't cut the horn off. Jenna acquires Hunter of the Forest. She awakened again. The man holding the crystal thinks her advancement will go smoothly. The system describes the low-grade wind attribute stone, perfect for crafting or hero advancement. "Ooh, meat," says an excited voice. He asks how long it's been since they ate meat. It seems they ate a deer. Today's daily dungeon is Sinmeral Plateau, a place to get attribute stones. The temporary party of Han and Jenna enters Sinmeral Plateau. Jenna wonders if they can get stronger by gathering materials. Someone says they need attribute stones to get stronger, and that's what they're here for. Jenna looks out at the vast expanse, saying, "Look at this view." A cascade of red flowers grows from the stone. Someone wonders, plant of life. Someone recognizes the plant. I've seen them in a drawing. They decide to collect them for potion ingredients. Han fights the monster wolf with his sword as arrows fly. Jenna continues her attack from behind. Han prepares to fight the enormous wolf-like monster. Meanwhile, Jenna says, "We're having no trouble dealing with one wolf." She urges Han to hurry up. Others will smell the blood. Han wonders how to handle the monster's remains and loot the wind stone. Jenna remarks on the peacefulness, telling Han to clean himself. Jenna dreams of an idyllic life, hunting and gathering in peace. Han retorts that it would be paradise if the master wasn't around. He thinks, "I wish the master would never come." Did others in Niflheim think that way too? Jenna asks Loki if he will give her another role. Loki says he's capable if the situation improves. Someone asks Loki why he isn't fulfilling other roles. Han smirks, still bloodied from the fight. A few days later, the sky is blue and the forest is calm. The group has reached floor 6. Quest type is exploration, investigate the unknown location. Another member is now present. The warrior states, "I look forward to working with you guys." Someone says it doesn't look like they're doing a daily dungeon. Another mentions they haven't seen this search quest before. The group is scouting and someone whispers to stay low. Han thinks it seems clear, while the other replies that they can clear it. The party encounters 3 level 8 goblins. "Do we have to kill those guys?" Someone asks. "Hold on, they have a blowhorn. It means they can call for help." Han asks Jenna if she can see anything. Jenna reports that it appears to be a goblin village. Han directs the party's movements. Jenna is to shoot, Aaron will lure. He tells someone else to help if something happens. "If anything happens to us," someone says. Another replies with a worried yes. Wind surges as something appears in the dungeon. Aaron uses his spear in a defensive stance against the charging Goblin King. Another goblin is seen in the background. Han strikes at the Goblin King. The Goblin King cries, "I can't let you call for reinforcements." Han and the Goblin King clash swords, dripping blood and sweat in the dungeon. Chapter 15 of Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha is about to begin. The Goblin King roars, ready to fight, but Han strikes first, a swift blow aimed right at the boss's face. The Goblin King shouts, trying to call for reinforcements, but his head is swiftly separated from his body. Owen asks if it is over, but Han responds, "Not yet." Han continues, "I'll go take a look around." Han realizes that he got a hint for the next stage, and exploration is now available. This isn't just a mission. Han and the party are greeted by fearsome chained dire wolves. Time to fight. Han notes that they are in a goblin village, perhaps a large habitat. A close-up on one of the dire wolf's threatening eyes. With glowing eyes and sharp teeth, the dire wolf sniffs the air, seeking out the party's scent. A portal opens up. Jenna asks why Han ran off by himself. Han replies that he was just taking a look around. "I don't know if anyone saw what I saw." The cloaked figure thinks it is too early for the story to unfold. One of the cloaked figures realizes someone has arrived from a different dimension. They're here. The high-rank heroes are here. Will Han and his party survive? The system warns that heroes with affinity are stronger in the same party. The party leader dismisses Chloe, telling her to go back to the kitchen. He states they won't hurt her. They're special. Jenna is standing near a portal. The scene shows a building in the distance. Where will this portal lead? Jenna, looking serious and fierce, shouts a loud greeting to someone. Suddenly, 2 women appear before Jenna. The woman with red hair asks for her name. "I'm Surai." The new hero is Edris Callan, a 3-star thief. Han's stats are examined, she already has a class. A system message states that Eddie's Callan is a typical thief. Han asks if she's Eddie's and needs time to talk. Jenna asks if they know about this place. There are things I know and don't know, but how much do they know? Surai admits she doesn't know everything. She explains she was summoned here to fight, remembering more would hurt her. One of the heroes talks about synthesis requiring sacrifices. There's a gap in summon rank information. Surai remembers being a mercenary in Halcyon, but now she is here after waking up. Mercenaries. Surai is flattered by Jenna's words, but the mysterious woman is plotting something sinister. But now. Avant, Jake and Wave, Benign and Eddies are called out. Who is it? A powerful, muscular warrior asks who called him. Another woman says the master called and tells him to go. An ogre hungers for meat, wanting to see the master. Jenna mentions he took a drumstick away. The woman explains that 5 people could have eaten the food. Another hero demands they get it back. They'll head to the plaza. The party has been formed. Avant, Jaken, Wave, Banan and Eddies have joined the pulverizing wolves. The party notes the high-rank heroes are armed. Han shows off his weapon, also wary of them. The leader tells the party to go on in as the master is waiting. They are wary of the high-rank heroes. Eddie seems kind, but Han's not sure about the other new heroes. Han asks what he wants him to do, protect you. The high-rank heroes inquire about strength, taunting Han's party, demanding why they need help. Han reflects on those who don't work hard, get lost. Avant declares, before I get angry, showing the new party, pulverizing wolves. The new heroes, Jaken, Wave, and Banan join the ranks of pulverizing wolves. Can they be trusted? The current chapter is 16 of Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha. Loki's face is intimidating as he says, get lost, before I get angry. His opponent trembles in fear. Eren is being reprimanded, while you lost a leg and bled they slacked. Loki and another man look on at a weary, beaten Dika. Dika, did you just fight? The group tells Dika and the injured fighter to rest. Jenna asks Loki why he's not going in. The stage clears and a man says, they're all just weaklings. A man asks with sharp eyes, who are you? Another replies, me. Isn't that none of your business? One of the large men challenges Loki, hey, who the hell are you to speak so arrogantly? Another says, you were the first to speak casually to me. The man asks, you have a weapon too, are you a mercenary? Han replies, no, I was a farmer. The man scoffs at Han's claim, asking, a farmer? A cloaked figure wonders if everyone has gathered. Loki wonders why the master made 10 consecutive summons. He figures there is a reason. The master starts synthesizing. A group of confused people appear in the summoning room. An automated message states sacrifices will be consumed. An automated message rings out. Jaken, Dimon, Lexigil go into the synthesis center. Dimon is scared. Someone grabs him, are you Dimon? Loki firmly says yes, as his companion exclaims, no way, Jaken and Lexigil have been summoned. Who's Lexigil? Above, the newly summoned wonder why others are ignored. Below, Loki says this is wrong, they should be given a chance. Loki is outraged that 1-star heroes are being synthesized without evaluation. Above, a dark figure is summoning. The group cries out, begging for help. The dark figure yells, stop them from getting away. Another asks Avant about interfering with the sacrifices. The cloaked figure orders Isel send a tip to the master. He adds, test them first. The man screams, calling Loki a fucking lunatic. He throws a powerful punch towards Loki with incredible speed and force. The large warrior is upset about being attacked. The cloaked figure orders, shut up, as he addresses Avant. The cloaked figure asks, do you know who we are? Loki replies flatly, I do, you're trash. Loki smirks, radiating an unsettling aura. He's about to make a move. Hostility is flagged. Han has shown hostility toward the 3-star pulverizing wolves team members. Someone shouts that heroes can't fight each other. Someone asks if Loki wants to be punished. Usul says it's not forbidden. The other man asks if they are mercenaries. The man refutes Loki's claim, asserting that they are only mercenaries for hire. The blue-haired man threatens, want me to cut you in half. Isel remarks that they're just in the way. Isel analyzes that Loki and the other heroes are causing chaos and reducing efficiency. Loki challenges them, open duel. Han requests a duel with Avent. Han taunts the pulverizing wolves team. The cloaked figure remarks on Loki's actions, saying that it's because he thinks no one is strong enough. The cloaked figure wonders if it wouldn't be enough. Avent asks if he'll become a sacrifice. Jenna is shocked by the statement. Avent accepted the duel under the condition that the loser will be synthesized. He smirks, thinking it's interesting. Chapter 17 of Season 1 of Pick Me Up is now available on Reaper Scans. Han is ready for the duel with Avent, eager to prove his strength. Avent accepts the duel with Han. The loser will be used for synthesis. That's fun. With synthesis on the line, Avent accepts the duel with the newcomer. WATVR is such a coward, huh? Han asks if Avent thinks he'll lose. Avent agrees to the condition and the duel is about to begin. Avent says as you wish. He won't kill Han yet because he wants him as a fresh offering. Avent tells Usul to conceal them. Avent, enraged, berates Han for not even drawing his sword. He thinks Han should have focused on him. Avent is only level 2 but his strength and swordsmanship are already quite impressive. However, something's happening to Han. Han's stats flash, showing his strength and agility are increased by 5. Avent says don't act arrogant over a slight difference in levels, as he attacks Han with his sword. Avent is shocked and surprised as Han's attack speed has increased dramatically. He questions how he could get faster. The speed of Han's attack is overwhelming Avent as he is struck. Avent is bleeding and falling to the ground and he thinks, this is perfect to use on someone like. Avent is on the ground, injured but scolds Han for attacking him. It'll hurt more if you move. Avent struggles to speak, bloodied and battered. Han demands he speak properly and surrender already. Avent's subordinates beg Han to stop, saying they've lost. Han ignores them and asks Avent why he wanted to eat them. Avent, injured, says if it's coming from him, it's relevant. He argues it's between them and the loser admits defeat. Avent, barely conscious, mentions a name, Shorn, before passing out. He thinks of Han as his prey to use for synthesis. Avent's subordinates shout, "Do you know who we are?" It is the maned wolf mercenaries. Avent, remembering Han's comrades, says, "Now you're just a bunch of bandits. What are you doing with them?" A woman named Edith is thinking carefully, but says she's only listening to her father's request. Two men ask what she will do. His subordinates are getting angry. Avent is getting attacked by Han. This bastard. The maned wolf mercenaries are panicking, with one shouting Edith's name. He threatens the fate of a traitor's last days. A dark figure demands Edith join his side, saying he needs her. He shouts at her, telling her the cost of betrayal. A system message declares Edith has left the maned wolf mercenaries. The group is now disbanded. The fallen Avent in disbelief declares, "I surrender," but is still defiant. Han demands Avent to admit defeat. Avent is furious and shouts, "You bastard," as Han continues his brutal assault. Edith yells, "The duel hasn't ended," as she defends Han from the maned wolf mercenaries. Avent, consumed by rage, declares, "Got you and farewell." He vows to give Han no second chances. Jaken returns, cloaked in dark energy and fueled by rage, saying, "I told you to not butt in." Avent, beaten and bloodied, tries to ask for Loki's opinion while coughing up blood, "I surrender." Han has been released from his berserk state. He has a headache from it. The fairy notices the master is touching the screen to interfere. Han levels up. The fairy has a bad feeling, worrying about the master folding the party. He synthesized a 4-star hero. The system tells Master he's reached the level cap and should rank up. Han, recovering from his rage, thinks about his potential. He's level 10 and approaching 3 stars through synthesizing. Han wonders what Master WATEVR will do now, telling him to do his worst. Avent, with glowing eyes and a sinister smile, is plotting against Han. The system displays character cards for the maned wolf mercenaries, highlighting their potential fate: synthetic extinction. Chapter 18 of Pick Me Up is here. Read it on Reaper Scans. Chapter 18 begins, revealing a fortified city surrounded by high walls. Loki smiles, satisfied at the adoration from the crowd, everyone chanting, "Boss is amazing." Loki yells at Jenna, demanding, "What the hell is this? Did you do this?" Citizens cheerfully thank them. A man remarks they were threatened with swords. Someone sighs, misunderstanding the situation. The man states, "Shameless," as others thank him for saving their lives. Someone asks what is happening. The master is enraged, his blue eyes glowing. The man tries to calm everyone down, stuttering, "We're just hunting goblins." She wonders why 6 people were called instead of the usual 5. He replies, "What else would it be? It's for synthesis." They are shocked at the dark energy surrounding them. He screams, saying they did their best. The master yells the names, Aaron, Dika. Someone asks if they did work hard from their perspective. Jenna questions if they even help her. She concedes they carry what she hunts. A citizen is insulted, calling them livestock. Loki slices through the man's neck, demanding they stop squealing. His outburst continues, furious that they disobeyed him. Citizens beg Loki for help, believing he can influence even the master. The heroes discuss who will be synthesized. Desperate, the master refuses to go. He demands another chance. The screen shows synthesis complete, displaying all of the heroes being synthesized. Edith levels up, gaining the disarm trap skill. She states it doesn't matter who they were before. Loki threatens them with glowing eyes. He states they must prove their worth. Someone cries about their lack of talent and trembling hands. The master stares at a group and gives an order. An old man remarks that blacksmithing isn't easy. The master says anyone who wants to fight should come to him. The system gives the master a choice: end the synthesis or continue. The red-haired hero cheerfully says goodbye. Loki comments that they learned to survive. He believes he prevents them from dying stupidly. Master WATEVR's anger was temporary, but they would be gone eventually. The 10th floor is now slowly approaching. The next morning, the fortified city appears peaceful. Inside a building, Chloe greets Han. "Hello, Mr. Han." Loki is confused about the bread. Someone says it is potato bread made by grinding potatoes into powder. Loki eats a piece of bread and tells Edith to follow him to train. Loki wants Jenna to spar with Edith using daggers. Jenna is confused because she prefers using her bow. Jenna and Edith clash. The sound of metal rings as their daggers collide in a flurry of sparks. The clash of daggers continues intense. Master WATEVR, still enraged, thinks to think a young child can be so strong. Jenna confidently yells, "I am," as she clashes with Edith's dagger. Their intense training continues, showcasing their skills. Edith swiftly dodges, but Jenna keeps the pressure on. Sounds of impact resonate as Master WATEVR grins, his teeth clenched in anticipation. Jenna is asked if they were mercenaries or from a martial arts clan. She replies she's just an average hunter's daughter. Loki believes that if the others trained as hard as him, he'd be in trouble. He assures Edith that she'll catch up. The dark figure states, "No matter who you were before, I'll keep that in mind." Check out Chapter 19 of Pick Me Up at Reaper Scans to support the author. A wave of energy sweeps through the training room. Is this the cause of the mass synthesizing, they think? He realizes the heroes have to raise their value or be synthesized. There are few support slots. A hero is selected by Master. "You," the hero asks, "you mean me?" Master asks him what his name is. Master questions the new hero about his previous job. He replies he was a porter for a mercenary corp. Loki smiles menacingly, demanding the new hero raise their sword to prove themselves. That night, the master started culling heroes without considering their preferences. Aaron volunteered but was denied. Ursher got selected for synthesis and becomes level 3, but will it be enough? The others went to the daily dungeons, but the fire mine was closed. The red-haired hero complains about the early hour. Another tells her to be quiet. The master has called them all together. Someone wonders aloud if it is to choose members for something. Another hero exclaims in realization. The red-haired hero questions the party selection. Loki states he can make suggestions. The master begins the process. Loki gives a menacing smile and tells them, "We'll do a draw." A draw will decide the party members. There's 6 of them, splitting into teams of 3. The master hesitates with the choices, speaking, "Loosen up, I'm not throwing anyone away." The master declares, 2 will be leaders, I will be one and the other will be Edith. Edith asks me. The heroes worry about the party split. One points out that one party dying is dangerous. Another, the master will deal with it. The master observes, the 5th floor was an example of the skill gap. Raising everyone properly is important. A sub-party will be made to protect them. Loki declares the team splits. Reds will go with me, blues with Edith. The drawing starts, pulling from a mysterious bucket. "It's red," exclaims one of the heroes. Another hero beside her says, "I was going to be upset if it was blue." One of the heroes also got red. Now there is no need to check the rest. He states he knows, flustered. Edith reflects on her recent arrival and her lack of battle experience. The master coldly says, "You'll get left behind if you can't keep up." With reassurance from Edith, the screen shows the 2 proposed teams. Han is suggesting it. With the teams decided, the quiet forest transforms. A terrifying beast emerges, ready to attack. With a sigh of relief, the master's plan worked. The terrifying beast attacks the assembled party. The confident hero declares the fight doable. He instructs Edith's team to watch, announcing he'll defeat the beast alone. Han succumbs to the rage as he enters a berserk state. The Goblin King screams in agony as Han unleashes a flurry of blows. The Goblin King is obliterated by Han's brutal attacks as he loses himself to the berserk state. Han slashes at the Goblin King feels the pain and yells, "Arg." As Han lays waste to the Goblin King, another hero wonders if they should intervene. Another hero advises against it, stating there's only one left. Suddenly the ground is flooded with a river. Was there a dam break? The stage is clear and Han is MVP as Eren levels up. Rewards are given. As the Goblin King is defeated, Eren mentions going to the training grounds. Someone warns Eren not to overdo it and ruin his body, but the Master doesn't want him to leave. The Master says this is the third time he's wailed. He orders Jenna drawing papers. Eren replies yes after being tasked with finding Edith. The Master wailed for a premium summon and expects new heroes soon. The Master considers a premium summon using 1,000 gems. He looks at the proposed new heroes and is ready to select yes. Chapter 20 of Pick Me Up begins. Season 1 continues on Reaper Scans, Calm. Avent orders Eren to stay, then quickly changes his mind. He orders him to bring Edith. The Master spends the required cash. There's going to be new people here. The Master decides to use premium summons, spending 1,000 gems total. He knows it's worth it. The Master enjoys watching. He is having fun supporting and giving instructions. He is strategizing. The game adds PvP as they climb the tower and upgrade the waiting room. Content and hero behavior changes. The summon succeeds. Master WATVR pulls a rare 4-star hero Ivalka. The Master got Ursher Roderick a new hero. Roderick asks, "Who are you people?" Another hero says, "This place is." Edith screams as her arm cracks from the force of Han's berserk attack. Han continues forward. Avent brought extra people as requested. He wonders why one is on the ground. She's a noble, apparently. Avent muses that Edith looks immature despite her noble background. He notices she's too embarrassed to even get up. Roderick understands the core concepts of master, summoning, and synthesis, but he doesn't know about levels or skills. Roderick feels compelled to act like he's under hypnosis. Han states he and Edith will draw lots for recruitment. The choice is obvious, a veteran guard or the immature noble. "Jenna, bring the lots here," she replies, "Yes, I'm coming." Han sees lots being drawn for recruitment. He worries if Edith saw which lot was which. Han declares to himself that the left lot is the answer. He reaches into the pot to choose. The hands reach to grab the lot. Will he choose the left lot? Edith watches Han surprised. Fire magic. Han seems to be channeling the power of fire. The flames erupt as Han seems to channel fire magic. He and the other man lock gazes, a silent war declared. The man asks if Han is a magician. The fiery woman introduces herself, Ivalka Rivet Stracker. The two men glare at each other, each wanting the magician Ivalka on their side. Who will she pick? Ivalka and Han are making choices. Edith cries out, confused. The older gentleman tells her to think carefully. The woman says it doesn't feel good, treating humans as objects. The gentleman agrees as Ivalka declares no cheating. Avent states there will be no resentment no matter what they choose. Ivalka agrees. Han and Ivalka appear to be ready to work together. At the bottom of the panel, it reads, "Then it's." Han declares his choice decided. Any complaints? Edith looks sullen at the decision. Ivalka is in Han's party now. Roderick is in the other party. Someone cries to be released. Ivalka looks around, confused by what is happening. A man cries out that they said they could live. Avent demands silence. The Master is using synthesis again. He says that those who fall will become disgusting. Ivalka has leveled up. How strong will the fire magician become? Ivalka and Han are with the strong. The weak will become synthesis fodder. Another man learns he's next. A man cries out begging for help, but it's too late. Roderick has leveled up. The spacetime rift opens, revealing a fairy-like being. Someone states he's trying to check out the newbies. A mysterious figure tells a man to follow him, proclaiming him the main character. The knight complies. "Hey magician, which spells can you use?" Ivalka demands to know why she's asked such a thing. Han demands she answer his question. He wonders why he's here. Ivalka asks if they need a reason to fight. She says they'll become monster fodder if they don't. The stern man asks Ivalka again which spell she knows how to use. The current chapter is here, Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha Chapter 21. She asks the question again, pressing further, I'll ask you again, what magic can you use? He explains he can only use third circle fire magic, not support. She scoffs. She sarcastically asks if he has a complaint about his role. She comments that a defense system is more versatile than an attack system. She answers that she does have experience fighting monsters, declaring they call her Rivel's Witch. With glowing eyes, the leader of Party 1 declares, let's go. The board shows they've cleared 7 stages, aiming for the 4th floor. They suspect the next stage is locked. To test Ivalka's power, they'll let her fight harpies and goblins on floor 4. The party stares, utterly confused by the Master of Masters' words, magic abilities. He states that any one of the 3 of them can conquer floor 4 alone. He wonders if she is not confident due to low level. Loki says to be prepared for a surprise. Ivalka declares, then let's go. The system announces the door will open in 10 seconds. Ivalka wishes Han good luck. Han's eyes glow intensely, a surge of power coursing through him as he exclaims, master this bastard. It's the 8th floor. One party member tells the others to focus. Han shouts to shut up. Han, with glowing eyes and a sinister smile, implies something dark. The group questions Master Loki's intent and their surroundings. Han yells at the others to dodge. Ivalka is confused, wondering what is happening around them. With eyes glowing red, someone shouts, don't be clueless. As an explosion is about to happen, Han is holding Ivalka, protecting her from the blast. Han grits his teeth, realizing they're facing a swarm. The mission, annihilate 27 goblin raiders. A goblin raider charges in. Someone shouts to Jenna to shoot her arrows at the oncoming horde. The terrain is uneven, making it harder to fight. Someone shouts, Aaron, they come at us. Someone orders the party to move to the side and attack. Han yells, Ivalka, you, and gets serious. The goblin raiders' attack slams into Han's makeshift shield. He grits his teeth, bracing for the impact of the assault. Han's attack clashes with a goblin raider. The force of the blow sends shockwaves through the dungeon. With a flurry of movement, Han unleashes a powerful strike, slicing through a goblin raider with incredible force. Han counters the goblin raider's attack with incredible speed. He prepares for the next clash. A goblin raider attacks. Han screams Aaron as Aaron shouts yes in response to the call. Another goblin raider attacks with furious speed. The battle continues in the depths. As Han clashes with the goblin raiders, Ivalka hears Ivalka cast. Confused, she hesitates as the order is barked at her again. Han shouts he needs time while battling. He then hears 1 minute just cast. The air crackles with energy as the goblin raider's attack is unleashed. Han clashes with a goblin raider. His sword crackles with magical energy. Ivalka shouts La Grande Cetus. Magic circles surround her as she prepares to cast. Someone realizes that's magic. Han shouts for Aaron to protect Jenna while she focuses on attacking. Aaron replies he's got it. Magic explodes outwards as Han continues to battle the goblin raiders. Ivalka's magic is unleashed. Han realizes the goblins are targeting Ivalka. He knows he can't block everything. He shouts to Ivalka to attack the shields. The goblin raider slams against Han's defenses. Ivalka yells, frustrated, are you not listening or can you not reply? Han's eyes widen as he witnesses Ivalka's destructive magic. He thinks, no way, he shouts, forget about the barrier. Someone exclaims she can't even use mobile casting, as Ivalka's magic swirls. Ivalka's character status card shows her stats, level 2 magician with fire magic. A panel for Pick Me Up Infinite Gacha, episode 22 is displayed for the viewers. The panel shows a monstrous wolf-like creature with sharp teeth and a long tongue. The Goblin Raider strikes down with fury, kicking up dust all around them. The Raider swings down a powerful axe. It connects with the hero, sparks flying from the impact. With a clang, the axe bounces harmlessly off of the hero's shield. The Goblin Raider is stunned by the unexpected block. The Goblin Raider's patience wears thin, growling about their persistence. They stomp towards the hero with incredible speed. With blinding speed, the hero counters. A powerful strike cuts through the air. With blinding speed, Loki follows his attack. Han yells Loki's name from the sidelines. Loki is surrounded by magic circles and enemies, the Goblin Raider and a dire wolf. Don't tell me she can't even use mobile casting. The Goblin Raider's axe comes down, a massive blow aimed directly at Loki's head. Loki is struck by the Goblin Raider's attack. She screams in pain. What are you doing? An unknown man confronts Loki, noting her lack of defense during her casting. The woman yells to begin casting magic as soon as they enter the forest. My hands hurt, she exclaims. The Goblin Raider and Wolf are shocked by Loki's outburst. Another party member declares, I think we can enter. She realizes this is a connecting area between the forest and plains. Ivalka commands Ivalka to enter the forest quickly. Loki screams in distress, but the unknown man presses on. How can anyone treat you badly if you die? An enraged fighter grits his teeth. Go ahead, he says, implying confidence. I'll be there shortly. Despite the exhaustion, the unknown man knows they need to buy time. He prepares for another clash. Energy explodes from the center of the screen, Loki's attack having an effect. The Goblin Raider and dire wolf prepare to attack. He realizes the Goblin Raider is too fast, seeing the axe aimed right for him. Sparks fly from his enemy's weapon. The hero is struck by arrows. This side is annoying too, the unknown man says through gritted teeth, determined to endure. Loki needs time. The unknown man realizes their strategy, choosing a hit-and-run strategy. In that case, the ground erupts beneath him. With a swift movement, the unknown man unleashes his own attack. His speed is a blur of motion as he moves to strike the Goblin Raider. Han's friend yells his name as he is struck by the enemy. A message indicates Han is no longer berserk. Han grits his teeth, realizing his stamina is failing. He's exhausted from battle. A critical moment. The unknown man braces for impact as something crashes into him with immense force. A savage blow lands, piercing the unknown man. He crashes to the ground with a thud. The dire wolf lunges forward, its jaws wide and teeth bared. He yells, feeling the pain of Islat also. As the man collapses, someone shouts for others not to come out. I'll lure them away. The unknown man grits his teeth, questioning why Loki isn't ready to cast magic. Loki yells that she's done with preparations. The ground quakes as the unknown man is sent flying by the dire wolf. The unknown man is sent crashing into the earth, dust and debris flying into the air. He's definitely taken some damage. The man crashes through tall grass. The fall sends a plume of dust into the air. With a surge of power, Loki shouts ignite, unleashing her magic. The adventure continues. Get ready to recap Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha, Chapter 23. Han is surrounded. He is bleeding, but his eyes are full of rage and determination. With a ferocious expression, Ivalka shouts, ignite, as the flames burn hotter around her. The flames swirl around Ivalka, burning even hotter. It appears her magic is working as intended. The heat intensifies as Ivalka powers up her flames, ready to unleash a fiery attack. The hero can only think impressive firepower as the flames continue to rapidly spin. Ivalka is questioned about her magic as another soldier reports there are more enemies around. The title card appears showing Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha Chapter 23. Han, exhausted, realizes he's losing strength, but he has a plan. He will use skills. Han unleashes a fierce attack. His sword glows with golden energy. With a defiant snarl, Han meets the monster's attack head-on with his glowing sword. Ivalka grins, how's that, I'm pretty good right, as her attack hits home. Han clashes his sword against the armored monster. The echoing impact sends sparks and debris flying through the air. Owen says, if you're tired, I'll protect you. Han smirks with blood covering his face. He says, you can act cocky now. The monsters attack with incredible speed. One of the wolf-like creatures lunges forward. The battle continues against the hordes of creatures pouring out of the portal. Jenna fires arrows trying to hold them off. A monster is hit directly. Blood splatters as it's bisected. The attack appears to be incredibly powerful and effective. Ivalka yells Kyayo as her fire magic engulfs the creature. Its eye reflects the intense heat. A monster's attack narrowly misses Jenna. She exclaims, haha, that was close. Ivalka yells to wake up and run away. She is summoning another fiery attack. Ivalka shouts for her team to run away as her spell has not finished yet. They respond affirmatively. Han is attacked, an enemy manages to stab him. Ivalka screams, burn away, unleashing her ultimate fire magic. Ivalka's magic erupts. The monsters scream in agony as they are engulfed in flames, melting instantly. The explosion sends Han flying back, crashing to the ground, coughing, Kug, will be swept up at this rate. Han collapses on the scorched battlefield, wondering aloud, did it end? His eyes widen in terror as a massive, fiery beast appears before him. Ivalka's power surges as she shouts, obliterate, unleashing her full fiery power. The devastating power of the fire magic scorches the ground, burning everything in its path. Ivalka struggles to hold her ground against the massive explosion she created. It is a battle against her own magic. Crackling sounds fill the air, a sign that more danger is arriving soon. More monsters cry out in pain as the inferno rages, melting them into nothing. Will Ivalka be able to contain this power? Ivalka stands amidst the raging inferno, the intense heat burning away anything in its wake. Struggling to rise, Han grits his teeth, his eyes fixated on the growing fissure of fire. The team clears the stage, rewards are given, and Ivalka is MVP. Someone cheers, that was amazing. Ivalka laughs as she says that you'll all be shocked when you see my magic. With a regal air, Ivalka proclaims, I am the Witch of the Rival Countship, before launching into her spell. The team is surprised to see Ivalka collapse, and they note she's out of mana. Ivalka cannot act for a full minute. She is vulnerable during the casting process and needs protection. He remarks that Ivalka is all firepower and no armor, making her incredibly vulnerable. Han realizes Ivalka's power. A magical explosion illuminates the team nearby. Character profile cards for Jenna Shurai, Han Uslat, Ivalka Rivet Stracker, and Aaron Del Caro appear. The team gets ready for the next wave. Han finds himself surrounded by a horde of goblin-mounted dire wolves. The situation looks grim, with Han already wounded. Han screams, his eyes glowing red as he channels his fire magic. Ignite. A swirling vortex of fire explodes outward, incinerating the goblin-mounted dire wolves. Han's fire magic blazes, consuming everything around him. He shields his eyes from the intense heat and light. The sheer force of Han's flames astounds even him. What incredible power, he thinks, feeling the heat sear his armor. The flames erupt, incinerating everything. This is magic, someone exclaims, shocked by the display. Despite the fiery explosion, some enemies remain. Aaron, Jenna, let's end this. Han clashes his sword against a goblin-mounted dire wolf, sparks flying. Han thinks, shit, I'm getting pushed back. If I can't use brute force, I'll beat them with skill. Han narrowly deflects a goblin's axe, struggling to maintain his balance and fighting stance. The dire wolf bites, Han recoils, surprised by the sudden attack. Jenna grins, how was that, it's useful, right? Han attacks, his blade meeting the dire wolf's armor, causing it to whimper in pain. Han smiles with blood on his face. Seems like you've learned how to say cocky things. The dire wolf launches towards Han, claws outstretched and teeth bared. The goblin roars, swinging its crude axe as Jenna aims her bow. Han grits his teeth as the dire wolf's claws rake across his armor and shoulder, drawing blood. The dire wolf screeches as Ivalka unleashes her flame magic to protect her teammates. Han feels pain and prepares to attack again as the dire wolf lunges at him, jaws snapping shut. Despite the attack, Jenna is still alive and laying on the ground. Haha, that would have been bad, she remarks unfazed. She yells at Ivalka to get herself together and run. Ivalka struggles to channel her magic, but the spell is still not ready. Run away, Opa. Han's eyes glow with fiery power. He yells, shit, Aaron, run, as flames engulf everything around them. Han shouts, burn, unleashing his fire magic on the remaining enemies. Han's fire magic engulfs the remaining enemies in an all-consuming inferno. The ground melts beneath the intense heat of Han's fire magic, explosions rocking everything around them. Han winces in pain as the intense heat rises. At this rate, we'll all be swept away. Han wonders if this is truly the end, but another wave of enemies emerges from the inferno. A burst of energy washes over Ivalka as the word transcend appears. The heat intensifies as Han's fiery magic rages on, destroying everything. The heat intensifies. Jenna grabs onto a nearby tree as she tries to hold on, bracing herself. Ivalka lays unconscious near a burning tree as the flames rage around her. Han stands amidst the fire, shield raised, bracing for another attack. The team clears the stage. Aaron and Ivalka both leveled up, with Ivalka as MVP. A shocked onlooker exclaims that Han's power must be magic, while Jenna laughs maniacally, relishing their surprise. The Witch of Count Rivel's spirit appears as Ivalka Rivel blacks out. She screams Ivalka's name. Jenna cries out, realizing Ivalka is defenseless. Ivalka's mana is depleted, making her extremely vulnerable during the spell. Ivalka is unable to use support magic. Her strength, stamina, and agility are below a 1-star hero. The screen shows a close-up image of the characters, along with a strategic breakdown. Han realizes the power he wields as his group rushes away. He thinks to himself, I think I'm slowly approaching the time where I'll no longer be at the center. Pick Me Up Infinite Gacha Chapter 25 is out now. Prepare for more dungeon action. She insults him about his magic. How dare you say something so insulting, but he calmly replies, you don't want to. Ivalka angrily says, all right, I just need to do what you say. Her fire magic is currently Class 3, Class 1 is Ignition. Ivalka's fire magic reaches Class 3, consuming more mana with each level. More power is needed. Ivalka tells Jenna that they should start their training on the 10th floor. Ivalka shouts, all right, I'm coming, as she prepares her fire magic. Han takes on his usual training, dodging arrows without a shield. Ivalka smiles while saying, I think you're getting stronger, your growth rate is pretty fast. Han replies, we're in the middle of training, I don't need compliments. Han's beginner sword shield technique reaches level 6 and he obtains projectile defense. Nice, I gained the skill I needed. Ivalka questions the switching. Han deflects the arrows midair and strikes back at the attacker. The system is analyzing Ivalka, noting her abnormal learning rate despite being a 1-star hero. Jenna would be underdeveloped without this. Ivalka teases Han, holding a knife, about his no-compliment rule, but Han doesn't like people hitting him. Aaron hasn't been to the training hall. He's been trying to learn pain resistance in his room. He thinks letting her use Class 1 magic is for the best. Random 1-star heroes train. The next day, Eddie's party returned after entering the 9th floor. They seem exhausted and maybe even a little injured. The group comes to a halt as they notice the dismembered monster. So, what was the mission? They report that the mission was to subjugate a goblin village, with 50 goblins. The goblin village is indeed subjugated. The ground was muddy like it had rained so much. Mud, anything else. Han looks determined. He says, looks like it's our turn. Fire ignites below as they prepare to battle. The stage is cleared. Ivalka leveled up and earned iron ore C and gold. With the current floors available, this is the level cap. Everyone leveled up. The group's E-rank armor is now D-rank. Aaron and Han received daggers. The team quickly made it to the 10th floor, so how's it looking, Loki? Loki teases, predict what the mission is, and can you solve this difficult problem? Han is annoyed by the comments. He reflects, a pick-me-up master grows through failures, but right now. The characters realize how important it is to increase their party's power. The group approaches the plaza on the 10th floor, ready for the challenge ahead. The plaza is full. Ivalka is suspicious, wondering if Usul called for backup too quickly. Han is acting like he knows everything. They are prompted to move on to the 10th floor. Do they accept? The characters are thinking about their growth, or to wait a little more. Usul opens the gap between time and space. Reality differs between them and the Master. The Master thinks if we get wiped out, he can summon more heroes. Avant says to Dika, hide when I fight. Earlier, a warning appears about the mission. 2 parties are required. The group discusses the possibility of being separated. Eddie suggests quickly regrouping if that happens. Han wonders how they'll manage that. A blinding light appears. Someone is curled up on the ground. We're all going to die. An enemy screams as Han strikes with deadly force. Another enemy questions who the heroes are. What's with this idiot? Han stares at the city with a familiar failing. He thinks, now that I think about it, I've seen this place before. Han remarks that the city looks Western but somehow still feels familiar. No way this is. The city seems unscathed, yet Han feels something familiar. It hasn't been destroyed yet. Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha Chapter 26 is here. They have reached the ruined city from the 5th floor. If there is something that's different. Despite the battles, parts of the city on the 5th floor still stand. Jenna noticed something was off about their arrival, questioning their purpose. The team knows that to survive, they must complete the mission. The mission hasn't started, time to find information. The leader gives 5 minutes to scout the area before they leave. Standing atop the city's tower, a hero believes it's the best place to observe the battle's progress. Injured and exhausted, a soldier kneels thinking, I don't want to die yet. A ladder cart sits near the base. Goblins swarm in the forest beyond. The speaker explains to the east, near the river, there are 899 goblins. Luckily, they don't have siege equipment. The speaker continues, estimating the forces gathered outside the castle at half that number. The speaker notes it's the worst-case scenario, a survival mission. If they just need to survive, clearing this floor will be easier than the last. There are enough NPCs to use as bait. They also have a mage who can defend. He knows soon the roulette of fate will spin. Party 2 has joined with a warning sign. A 3-part warning flashes, signifying the highest difficulty. Floor 10, defend the city. It's not just a survival mission but a defense one. 10 heroes against all odds. The speaker thinks thousands of goblins, everyone is here. She reveals they can see and touch the townsfolk but can't be seen. Refugees are moving towards the city center. Knowing escape is impossible, the team realizes they must defend to survive. The mission is to defend, protect the city, and prevent the enemy from infiltrating. The leader says they must annihilate the enemies. One hero panics and no way, an older soldier suggests retreat, he refuses. He mutters about the conditions for failing, before directing his gaze toward that central tower. Han notices the statue of the twin goddesses is glowing. They sometimes appear during special missions. A voice booms, revealing failure is imminent if the statue is destroyed. A hero scoffs, how absurd. A defeated soldier slumps against the wall, confessing, we failed the mission. The other heroes, looking grim, brace themselves as a chilling voice declares, we'll all die. An older hero confirms running leads to death. A younger hero scoffs at the terms, but there's always a strategy. He notes goblins have limited siege weapons, ladder carts. Eddie's party will help soldiers defend the north wall. The leader estimates the second party's worth to 50 soldiers, as long as they only use ladder carts. A hero says, that's not what I meant. Another hero responds, what I mean is even if we buy time, we still can't win. The speaker continues to say it won't matter if both parties defend. The difference is more than 10 to 1. Acknowledging the odds, another hero believes there must be a hidden key. The speaker recalls a river to the east and the 7th floor. The 7th floor where it rained. A hero realizes the clues from floors 5 through 9 all lead to a dam. A hero realizes, but what does the collapse of the dam have to do with the attack? He exclaims in frustration. Suddenly, a hero recalls a distant sound. I heard horse gallops beyond the river. As rain pours, a lone hero questions what they are seeing. Mounted soldiers ride through the forest beyond. The hero realizes then that means While another asks, why tell me this now? Another hero says he won't. The leader gives an order to Eddies, buy as much time as you can. Facing the group he states, until our return. A hero responds, we'll do our best. Confused, a hero questions the plan, finding it sloppy. The leader then instructs Eddies to head to the east gate. A hero questions Han's decision to leave the wall, citing thousands of goblins. Han agrees, saying it's dangerous but necessary. One hero says, if we stay here we'll just get annihilated. He continues to think about the fallen dam. An overlay shows the tactic of going to the east gate. Han replies, yeah, understanding the goblins and the dam's connection. The hero declares, we're going after their heads, ready to fight the goblins. Showing the heroes assigned to Party 2 ready to head to the east gate. What is their strategy? The strategy is set, split the team. Some will kill the goblins while others prevent the dam from collapsing. Then that means the leader instructs only one person to go forward. A hero barely makes it past the gate into the inner wall. The team knows this gate leads outside. Jenna is ordered to check the situation from the wall. Eren is to open it and Ivalka is to cast. Ivalka is told to unleash stage 2 flames as soon as the gate opens. Eren acknowledges the order and prepares to open the gate. The gate begins to open on its own, causing confusion among the team. How did the goblins bypass the defense? It seems there is more going on. Someone yells to stop the noise as goblins swarm outside the gate. Another insists the gate be opened. The team relies on Ivalka to clear a path with her fire magic, but another yells to focus on stopping soldiers from intervening. Someone shouts to put their lives on the line to stop it all. Hiya, then La Gran Integio. Ivalka prepares to unleash her fire magic to clear a path. With glowing runes around her, she concentrates. A spear suddenly pierces through the opening gate. Ivalka is struck by the spear, the attack halting her powerful fire magic. A massive goblin appears behind the gate. Jenna, falling, wonders who attacked Ivalka. Another nearby hero vows to stop the goblins from getting what they want. A sudden downpour begins as someone questions, did the goddess abandon us? Someone questions if the rain will extinguish her fire magic. Ivalka is preparing to unleash it. A hero screams, pushing against the massive goblin. He yells for the goblin to fly away. Ignite, Ivalka shouts, unleashing her fire magic at the approaching goblins. Someone yells to not blow up the gate as the explosion starts. Make it explode outside. Ivalka unleashes her fire, engulfing the goblins charging through the gate. The fire magic explodes outwards, incinerating the front lines of goblins. Jenna, Eren, someone shouts orders in the chaos. The leader nods and goes ahead. Han offers Jenna a potion, to which she agrees. Tears stream down Loki's face as a cloaked figure appears. Who do you take me for? Han yells, hey. An enemy replies to the question with a sinister yes, yes, as Shern is scared. The cloaked figure instructs someone to go to Eddies for instructions. The gate's closing, someone shouts. A warrior commands to close the gate quickly, as the escape route is blocked. With determination in his eyes, the hero knows there is only one path now, forward. A voice declares, I'll kill you all. The leader orders everyone to their positions. The leader commands Ivalka to use stage 1 flames. Ivalka accepts the order. The rain intensifies, but the battle must continue. Someone warns that the goblins will break through the fire and attack. Only 20 seconds remain until Ivalka casts. A goblin swings its fiery blade downward as another attacks with a blue aura. The onslaught continues. The goblin raiders are engulfed by Ivalka's fire magic, numbered 16 and 17. Goblin raiders surround the hero, but he stands firm. Ivalka is behind him, ready to unleash more fire magic. The goblins charge through the flames, more are incoming. One swings a sword. The massive goblin roars, its weapon dripping. Jenna is behind, ready to assist. The massive goblin swings its weapon, ready to strike. The goblin raiders behind him are ready to attack. A voice echoes that goblins are locking onto Ivalka. The massive goblin is pushing forward with a legion with a deadly intent. An even greater threat is at hand. Change positions, someone shouts. With goblins burning, a shift in strategy may be the only option. Han yells as he unleashes his power. The fire magic explodes with immense force, shaking the battlefield. The team is told to run through. Despite the intense heat, it's bearable. Goblins swarm Ivalka's fire. The leader orders her to cast again. The flames are fading fast due to the rain. Amidst the chaos, the leader declares, "Leave this to me," as the clock ticks down, 20 seconds. A goblin swings its weapon, cutting down through the fire. Only 2 seconds remain. With Ivalka's fire magic unleashed, someone yells, "Change positions." The team must adapt to the unexpected developments. The leader yells, "Move forward," while using the fire as a shield. The team braces themselves. With burning rage, someone shouts, "We'll continue on like this until we reach the river." Through the smoke and chaos, a massive force approaches with dark intent. A hooded figure watches low-key. The title "Pick Me Up, Infinite Gacha 28" appears. Goblins and dire wolves charge forward. The onslaught is relentless as they attack from high ground. A goblin king with glowing eyes brandishes a cruel weapon, rain pouring down. The goblin king roars with laughter, brandishing his oversized weapon. The goblin king's face is revealed as he approaches the open gate. Amidst explosions, Loki shouts, "Now!" Han prepares to charge into the goblin king's territory. The attack pattern shifts suddenly. The goblins charge despite the fire magic used against them. Han yells as he unleashes his power. He prepares to unleash a devastating attack against the Goblin King. Can he defeat it? Han's eyes blaze with determination as he prepares to face the Goblin King. The Goblin King bellows, blaming someone as he bares his fangs, ready for the heroes. The Goblin King knows Ivalka has a delay. They charge relentlessly. Han is barely holding on as he faces the Goblin King's onslaught. Eren and Jenna won't last long either, he thinks. Then Han shouts over the chaos, calling out, "Everyone gather up here," while unleashing an attack. "I'm only going to say this once, so listen up," Han says, his expression determined. "We only have one chance." A mysterious figure appears amidst the chaos, enveloped by flames and strange markings. The Goblin army is relentless. Even massive fire spells can't stop. The Goblin King attacks. Han blocks the blow but is sent flying back, injured in the attack. The Goblin King, enraged, strikes. Jenna barely blocks the attack, bracing for the full force of impact. Ivalka shouts, "Ignite," unleashing her powerful fire magic on the Goblin horde. A massive explosion of fire engulfs the Goblin army, decimating their ranks. Maybe using magic once is not enough. But the fire magic wasn't enough. "We're not done, you bastard," the Goblin King shouts. Ivalka shouts, "Burn," unleashing a fiery inferno at the approaching Goblin King. Ivalka's flames engulf the Goblin King, causing a massive explosion. Can she defeat him with one final strike? Jenna readies her bow, preparing for another strike. The Goblin King has proven himself a difficult foe, even with Ivalka's flames. The Goblin King's weapon crushes the earth and the heroes along with it. The attack causes a brutal shockwave. Jenna is sent flying backward. She is injured from the Goblin King's blow. Han holds a wounded Ivalka who is trying to speak. He tells her, "Don't talk. More goblins are coming." Amidst the chaos, it's revealed that their ultimate goal isn't the heroes, but the fortress. With the Goblin King gone, the remaining goblins are without a leader. What will the goblins do? Amidst the inferno, the heroes stand defiant, surrounded by a ring of fire. The Goblin King questions the heroes' choice of target. Did they choose the fortress? "They've pushed past the goblin hordes. We got past them," Han adds. "They are headed for the fortress." The heroes decide to rest and heal with the potions they have left. It's so bitter. The north wall remains under heavy siege. The goblins' assault continues relentlessly. The rain pours down as the heroes limp forward, determined to reach their destination despite their injuries. The heroes are still surrounded. "They won't give us a break," says one of the heroes. More goblins emerge. "Everyone get ready to fight," one of them shouts. The goblins' target is Han. Han, that's," another party member shouts in fear. "Yeah, this time," another says. Han looks up at the Goblin King. The Goblin King releases an ear-splitting roar. The battle continues. An ogre level 23 arrives to join the Goblin King in battle. They brought a big friend. The cover shows a hooded figure as the story continues in Pick Me Up Infinite Gacha. The ogre roars. Its massive size towers over the heroes below, ready to bring devastation to their ranks. As the party fights the goblins, someone shouts for Ivalka to create a firewall. Aaron, protect Ivalka. The ogre is ready for battle, who can withstand the level 23 ogre's might. Before anyone can react, a hero shouts, "Stop talking nonsense and start, I'll take care of this pig." The ogre's attack is fast. Someone on the team thinks, if I get hit even once I'll die. The ogre's powerful attack smashes the ground. A shield won't help against this strength, it declares. The ogre roars, ready to attack. Its monstrous voice echoes through the battlefield, sowing fear in the hearts of the heroes as it prepares its assault. The mysterious hero teleports in front of the ogre, ready to fight. Arrows rain down on the ogre. From the distance, a voice excitedly shouts, "Oh, I think it's working. Is their strategy proving effective against the beast?" The woman thinks since the target is large, it's an easier opponent. Arrows strike the ogre, but someone yells to save the arrows. It won't harm it. Loki attacks. He wonders if the ogre even has a weak point as Hand shouts, "This is bad." Someone shouts that there is another ogre while another person says, "Damn it, Aaron has his hands full." The mysterious hero then says we need to take the risk, and attacks. The mysterious hero attacks the ogre head-on. He shouts, "We're going to ignore the pain," as he strikes. The mysterious hero strikes the ogre. Dirt flies as the hero's eyes glow with determination to win the fight. The ogre roars loudly, its monstrous maw open wide. Is it ready to bite? The hero is smiling as he looks at the ogre. He spots a vital point for attack. The ogre swings its massive club at the hero, ready to crush them. The hero's sword clashes with the ogre. The impact is deafening as a battle begins. The hero's attack lands, but the ogre declares it's shallow. Did the hero fail? Even with the shallow cut, the hero declares it doesn't matter. He is ready for round 2. The hero lies on the ground, a sword plunged into his chest. He is defeated. The hero's sword pierces through the ogre. The mysterious hero declares one down. The hero prepares to strike again, declaring, "Next is." Hand shouts, "There's one coming this way." As the mysterious hero holds the ogre's attention, someone yells, "Is it after Ivalka? Jenna, lure it with your arrows." The ogre's massive foot slams down. Someone yells, "No, we're too late," as a hero shouts in pain. As the ogre bears down, someone shouts, "Ivalka, can she cast the spell in time?" Ivalka casts a spell to attack the ogres. She shouts, "Go," as the spell takes form and heads towards the enemy as the team hopes it works. Someone shouts in panic as they notice the ogre is targeting the dam instead of Ivalka. It's going for the dam. Someone yells for Jenna. It looks like their strategy is about to change. The hero moves faster than the eye can see. A voice echoes, "You think I'll let you do that?" The hero declares, "You're going to die here." His eyes glow as he prepares to strike once again. The ogre roars in pain, "Karuk." The hero's attack landed true, dealing critical damage as the rain pours down around the battlefield. The ogre attacks with a powerful strike. Is it too strong to defend against? The ogre narrowly misses. "That was close, but we barely." The giant smashes the ground as the rain pours. The hero narrowly avoids the ogre's attack. "What?" he exclaims, dodging the club. The ogre smashes the dam with its massive club. Wood splinters and water explodes as the dam collapses. Total destruction. The team shouts, "Han, we killed the remaining goblins. What should we do now?" The ogre shouts triumphantly as the dam collapses. The party realizes we failed. Alongside 360 soldiers, they must stop more than 3,000 goblins. Then someone shouts, "Han." In the rain, another hero looks confused as they ask, "What should we do now?" Chapter 30 begins. Join the crew as they continue to push forward. After clearing the remaining goblins, the team is asked, "What do we have to do now?" Then a powerful new enemy emerges. It's the floor boss. "Boss," he questions, wondering what to do. The hero is concerned with what lies ahead and questions the boss. The team leader suggests, "Let's go back, we need to make a plan." Someone asks, "Does a second plan even exist?" Then wait here. The heroes look back, questioning, "What, Ivalka? Ivalka starts casting a spell, a purple aura swirling around her hand. She chants Drasut Surajus. Ivalka's eyes glow with magical power. A voice booms in their minds, move. A giant purple ice crystal crashes down, shaking the battlefield around them. Ivalka screams as her magic takes form, destroying what remains of the ruined city. The giant ice crystal shatters the land. The impact sends debris flying in all directions. The team argues about Ivalka's late reveal of her magic ability. Telekinesis is a basic spell. Someone yells, "Who told you to hide this from me?" Ivalka replies, "It was too basic." A voice claims that without Ivalka the operation would have failed, but goblins are coming back. Below the chaos, a voice shouts, "Damn it, did they call for their pack?" The ice shatters the remaining goblins. A powerful hero appears, slicing through the air and cutting down the monsters with incredible speed and precision. The hero continues to cut down enemies, but reinforcements have yet to arrive. What if I'm wrong? A dire realization dawns. What if reinforcements didn't exist? Ivalka quickly drinks a potion, urged to use second-layer magic. The team is in disarray amidst the monster horde. Kayarek, a panic scream breaks through the sounds of chaos. The team yells Ivalka. The floor boss, a hulking figure with glowing red eyes, roars in response. The giant ice crystal explodes, sending heroes flying into the smoky ruins. The team is scattered. With a thunderous boom, a dark horse gallops into the shattered arena. Who is this mysterious rider? As goblins close in on the team, a knight appears on horseback, ready to fight. Han stares in disbelief, struggling to comprehend the sudden arrival. The knight cuts down the goblins with ease. Han stares at the knight in awe. Who are you? An armored figure charges into battle with the Iron Lion cavalry. Show our might, cross the river, cavalry. The Iron Lion cavalry charges past. The ground shakes as they advance against the goblin horde. The system notifies of allied NPCs, the Iron Lion cavalry joining the battle. With the Iron Lion cavalry charging, the goblins are being trampled. They are truly crossing the battlefield. The narrator declares there are 500 in the cavalry. They feel stronger than the city guards. Amidst the chaos, an ally shouts, "Boss, they're pushing them back hard. Human cavalry LV, X458 have arrived." Amidst the chaos, someone asks, "Do you know how to ride a horse?" He replies, "Horse, of course, I need to learn right now." The system prompts Han, "Beginner equestrianism costs 500 gems, purchase it." Han considers buying beginner equestrianism from the shop. He realizes he can't learn combat skills. Someone shouts, "You said you didn't know how," as Han confidently replies, "I know now, all right." The knight declares, "We've evened the odds a little." Ready for battle, they ride through the goblin horde, swords raised, ready to strike. Now we start.